This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping a foot on the whoop, geeks. We keeping a foot on the whoop, geeks, and like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian Tiger that I am, I'm applying unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts its pipes. Let's talk about it, man. Okay, I want to break down a timeline for you guys because I need you guys to understand this. LeBron James has been with the Los Angeles Lakers officially for about 3-4 years now. Okay, let's talk about the first year that LeBron James got with the Lakers. The first year that LeBron James got with the Lakers, they said that LeBron James could carry any team to the NBA Finals. He could carry hobbits to the NBA Finals. This is what they told us at our truest and our most properest levels. That LeBron James was that great, that he was the chosen one, that you put him with anybody. I've heard this through the litany and the totality of this man's NBA career. That this is the separation, this is the delineation, this is the gulf, and this is the difference between him and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, you plug them on the Cleveland Cavaliers team, which is erroneous. They would go farther actually than LeBron James. He would basically push them over the hump. This is what's making me laugh about this whole situation. What's making me laugh is the simple fact is this, that when it's all said and done, we have to ask ourselves the truth. And what's the truth? The simple truth is as simple as this, that LeBron James is not the player that you guys think that he is. Because if he was, with all of these stats, with this AAU evolution of LeBron James game, we would sit here and see LeBron James take his teams respectively to where they belong. The Wild Wild West, and you know we got to sing it out. The Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West is a very interesting conference. During the Jordan era, that was the last time the Eastern Conference was competitive. That was the last time the Eastern Conference was really a force in basketball. That's why the Bulls were able to ram-a-lang these Western Conference teams. It's because the Eastern Conference was just as strong, if not stronger, than the Western Conference. They were more physical. And they played real basketball. They really challenged the Bulls. They pushed the Bulls. So when the Bulls got to the Western Conference, they were ready. I mean, go look at the series with the Indiana Pacers. That was the third round before they faced the Utah Jazz. That means they were battle fucking tested for the Utah Jazz. Because they had to deal with Reggie Miller and Indiana Pacers in them. And then they had to deal with the New York Knicks and Patrick Ewing in them. They had to deal with the Miami Heat and Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning in them. Battle fucking tested. This is what their Eastern Conference used to look like. There were moments when it was the Charlotte Hornets. There were moments when it was the Cleveland Cavaliers. The old variation. Either way, there was moments when it was the Toronto Raptors. Either way, the Chicago Bulls had to deal with battle fucking tested teams. It wasn't a cakewalk. Jordan was just that great that he made it a cakewalk. See, when it's all said and done, LeBron James played in a watered-down Eastern Conference. And anytime you play in a watered-down Eastern Conference that way, shoot, LeBron James is actually under-fucking-performed. Heavily. Because if Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had the opportunity to be in that watered-down Eastern Conference, they wouldn't have went to 6 straight NBA Finals. They both would have went to 10. Let me say it again. They wouldn't have went to 6 straight. They both would have went to 10. And guess what? Kobe would have walked away with 8 out of fucking 10. Jordan would have walked away with 10 out of 10. LeBron James walks away with 4 out of fucking 10. What does that tell you about him as a basketball player? It just tells you that this guy right here is not the player that you guys think that he is. You got 10 opportunities to win a title and you win 4 out of 10. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, When did 40% become the new GOAT percentage? I thought 100% was GOAT percentage. I thought 50 percentile or higher puts you in the NBA pantheon of greatness. I thought where legends are fucking made, the NBA playoffs, the NBA pantheon of greatness, where greatness personification is denoted. You have to be at a 50 percentile or higher percentage for you to even be considered serious. The top of the tops are over 50%. Magic Johnson, over 50%. Larry Bird, over 50 fucking percent. Isaiah Thomas is at fucking 50%. Do I need to keep on going? Because if I need to keep on going, I'm going to break this thing down. All of these guys are over 50%. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bean Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, all have seen over 50 percentile NBA Finals average and fucking performance. So how does a guy like a LeBron James usurp guys like Bill Russell? I mean, come on. Now we're going to see a commonality with LeBron James and other guys that they say were NBA in the pantheon of greatness, and i.e. Will Chamberlain and Jerry West. We'll see a simile there. LeBron belongs with these guys. Jerry West is 1 for 9 in NBA Finals. He's an abysmal 11.1%. Wilt Chamberlain is the same as LeBron James. 2 out of fucking 6. LeBron James is 4 out of 10. Well, it used to be the same. 33.3%. LeBron James is 40%. What do all of these guys have in a commonality? They're all under 50 percentile of NBA Finals average and performance. So why are we sitting here and acting as if this is something that isn't cold-hearted, that isn't unadulterated, and that isn't the cutthroat truth teller fashion? And let's look at LeBron James and the titles that he's won. He won a Mickey Mouse freaking title the year before last. The NBA bubble title. This wasn't real. This was an infinite Tsukuyumi, a virtual reality. Teams weren't even ready. That's how LeBron won the title. They basically got ready in the last fucking minute. It was a tournament, like an NCAA. When has basketball, NBA basketball, ever been an NCAA tournament? It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, You guys have to ask yourselves these questions. You have to ask yourselves these hot pocket questions. You have to come to these defining conclusions. And then when we look at the other NBA Finals, 07, they made an excuse. Oh, he was too young. All we've heard from LeBron James is excuses. Not only from him, but the LBJ Riders media, the LBJ Brigade, the LBJ apologists, and the LBJ stands. They all have made excuses about LeBron James and LeBron James as a basketball player. Enough with the bullshit and the fuck shit excuses. When it's all said and done, LeBron James is what he is. Hey, LeBron James. Now let's keep on going, because I got more. I can divulge more on this shit. After this supposed 07, when he was really at that time supposed to show that he was the chosen one, because it would have been a chosen one moment for a guy that young, after he had the series that he had against the Detroit Pistons, to come in there in 07 and ramalang the San Antonio Spurs. That would have sent shockwaves to the NBA. Even I would have had to say, shit, this motherfucker right here is for real. And I'm talking about win a finals MVP, dominate, show clutchness, show that he can just put his imprint, his stamp of approval. LeBron has never done this at the highest levels, man. Then we fast forward to 2011. What happens there? LeBron James has the shrinkiest moment in basketball. That's 10 years ago. This guy has shrunk. He was basically talking trash to the Olympic team, telling them, I'm with Wade and Bosh. We about to run the fucking league roughshod. They went to 4 straight NBA Finals. There's no reason that LeBron James should be 2 out of 4. Not if he's the chosen one. At minimum, he should have been 3 out of 4. But to be honest with you, the way they've propped this guy up and the way that they pushed him, anything less than 4 out of 4 is unfucking civilized. Let me say it again. Anything less than 4 out of 4 is unfucking civilized. Did he give you that? No. He under-fucking performed again. And then he said at the end, when pressure was being added onto him, because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Go look at when that white dude was grilling LeBron James, asking him hard questions. LeBron James said, Well, I get to go back to my life with me and my family. Y'all gotta go back to y'all miserable lives. And me and my family, we're gonna be good. What he revealed to you guys is he couldn't handle pressure. And what he revealed to you guys is in his full nature of him being criticized, just like any high octane beta, aka alpha wannabe, does when they are being criticized, they basically fold, they heal, they curl up and they ball, and they basically get in their feelings. LeBron James was in his love feelings that night. That was obviously him at his truest and his most prosperous character. Then we fast forward to 2014. That NBA Finals. What the fuck happened there? You see, we gotta keep breaking these things down. What the fuck happened in those NBA Finals? Why did LeBron James lose that NBA Finals? It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, He lost that NBA Finals because LeBron James got locked down by a guy named Kawhi Leonard. He got locked the fuck down. He got fucking langed. That's why Kawhi Leonard got Finals MVP. Here's the thing. Here's the caveat. A lot of people, this goes over their heads, but LeBron James got locked down by 2 defensive Finals MVPs in back-to-back years. In 14, it was Kawhi Leonard. In 15, it was Andre Iguodala. That's why I keep saying Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala comes back the next year in 2015 and locks down LeBron James. Talk about over-fucking-rated. Back-to-back years, you get locked down by high-level defenders. You want to know why LeBron James can get locked down and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan can't get locked down? It's because LeBron James does not have a complete basketball game. These are facts. See, this one goes over a lot of people's heads, but a lot of people didn't catch that. But that's gems and jewels. So get the notepads out and get to the damn scribbling, dog. And like a turkey, gobble this thing up. Because when it's all said and done, back-to-back years, 14 and 15, he got locked down by Finals MVPs that happened to be high-level defenders. Andre Iguodala is a shadow of Pippen. Tom Ross so eloquently said that. Kawhi Leonard is another variation of Pippen, but an even better version. Basically, the new edition, but with a Jordan and Kobe game. See, when it's all said and done, nobody wants to talk about that. And then we fast forward to Kevin Durant and how Kevin Durant back-to-back his ass. So he lost to Tim Duncan twice. He lost to Kevin Durant twice. He lost to Kyrie Irving once. He lost to Dirk Nowitzki once. And he lost to, I don't say Stephen Curry, Andre Iguodala once. This is your GOAT? This is the guy that you say, because you've made all the excuses that 40% is the definition of what a GOAT means? This is why basketball is in the fucking gutter. This is why basketball is in the crapper. This is why basketball is in the shitter. Because NBA fans like you say that material like this is GOAT fucking material, when in actuality it's not. When we sit here, we look at LeBron James and we basically inspect his whole NBA career. It's a la sham. It's a la shit show. It's basically what we would say la bullshit and la fuck shit. Look at how he's been la apart by he knows everything. Once again. So again, how does somebody like this become a greatest of all time? When did losing 6-time in the NBA Finals become the standard? This speaks volumes of the generations that we're in. It speaks volumes of the lack of standard. It speaks volumes of people that are in this PC generation of participation award era. And in the participation award era, what matters more is your participation. What matters more is the fact that you just arrived to the party. What matters more is the fact that you can show up. What doesn't matter is the fact that you have to actually win. What doesn't matter is the fact that you actually have to drink the water if you're led to the pond. What doesn't matter is the fact that you actually have to do heavyweight lifting. What doesn't matter is the fact that you actually have to show that you are truly belonging on the pantheon of greatness. This is the fate of basketball in today's modern day and age. Why do you think basketball has hit an all-time fucking low? And if it's not for the Kevin Durant's of the world, if it's not the Kawhi Leonard's of the world that have become public enemy number 1 and public enemy number 2, basketball would be in what we call a la gutter. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, that's the cutthroat true teller fashion. Once again, LeBron James's NBA career has been picked apart. And there's nothing anybody can say unless you're LBJ Riders Media, unless you're LBJ Brigade, unless you're LBJ Apologist, unless you're LBJ Stans, unless you're a freaking LeBron tard. There's nothing you can say. I keeps the foot on the what? Oh, Diggs. I keeps the foot on the what? Oh, Diggs is he knows everything. Check it out.